Check out this clip from our last episode of Big Game Sports Buzz.
And before the dates got locked in today and the NFL released that, I wrote this topic down because every time I look at it and see it, I'm like, no, NFL is doing more and more because they talk about the travel of some teams. And hey, Reed, that's the games that are going to be abroad this year. 9 countries, I believe it is this year, the most ever. And looking at the cities, or the countries, excuse me, and the cities, you got Melbourne, Australia, Rio, London, Paris, Madrid over Spain, Munich, Germany, and Mexico City. The NFL is trying to grow and be a global game, it seems like the NBA. But the question is the NFL doing too much, putting this kind of travel and strain on the teams? What do you think?
How else would you make them international? How else would you make it an international business? You think of soccer, and the FIFA things about to hit. That's international in itself. NBA is known for its international. All the people that they bring into the NBA. So NFL, I feel like NFL is probably behind in that regard. So they have to figure out a way to get this on and popping. And I think that's the only way that they can do it right now. They can't. They have to go over there and sell their products. But I feel you on that travel. That's a lot. I think, especially that one all the way to Australia, that's ridiculous.
It's crazy. Dude, they just said today that between the Rams and the 49ers, the Rams alone will have more than 5,000 miles traveled this season, second to only the San Francisco 49ers, who I think is going to hit 7,500 miles traveled this year. And they kick off a Thursday game in Australia, which I believe is a difference in time zone of 10 hours from the West Coast where both of those teams play. It's crazy. Like, I understand. This is my whole thing. You mentioned FIFA. You mentioned soccer. Soccer is a global phenomenon, which took a little bit longer to grow, I think, in America, but it's there now. Like, the soccer craze is about to hit this summer here in the North Texas area. People are going crazy, wanting to be a part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, a game like football, which if it's not just grinded into you, entrenched in you, something that you grew up doing, are you really going to pick up a true soccer-like fan base? Or are you just going to pick up casual fans? Like, the NFL is trying to help really grow the game, explain the game, make people understand it, even having clinics set up for some people to start playing.
Right.
But you look at it, and I don't have numbers in front of me, and I swear, this is going to be where the nerd in me, that's not a lot, that's for the buff nerd, but I got to really dig into the amount of growth in this sport that's happening overseas, because for them to keep pushing and adding every year, there's got to be some kind of method behind their madness of trying to get this thing to grow. And I know I've had someone tell me that expansion is really, really close to happening abroad. They just couldn't tell me more than that. And I'm going to hold them accountable, letting me know and dropping that dime when they find out from their source. I don't have that Diana Rossini leverage on anybody, but I'm going to try to use my resources to know what's going on. But
if that's the case, Big Game, because you're looking at the strenuous travel of these teams. You mentioned the Rams and the 49ers. If that's the case, to me, I feel like that those two teams in themselves, man, they're gonna be shot by the end of the season. They'll probably be shot just because of the strain alone. If that's the case, NFL should probably link up with maybe the CFL or something.
Ooh.
You see what I'm saying?
It's a very interesting point there.
Extend it out like that, so then that way, they can make it more international.
But with Canada being much more into hockey and gravitating towards NBA, now I know they do have the CFL, but do you think that that's enough global phenomenon, or is the U.S. probably looking? This is my thing with the NFL. Now that you said that, thinking about it, I go to Germany, I go to London, I go to Rio, Germany. I think I said Germany first, whatever. Mexico City. Do you think they're doing that to grow those fan bases just to sell subscriptions to the NFL Sunday Ticket? Could that be the play to where they're just trying to get that televised?
If you rock with that, subscribe and catch the full video on the BGSE Network on YouTube or listen on Spotify Big Game Sports Buzz. Tap in.